I come to Sayulita for many reasons. I come to savor all of its flavors. I come to enjoy the colors. I come to wallow in the sounds of the ocean waves. I come for the people. I come to make new friends, even if I have to bribe them. But with this particular trip, I came to learn how to surf, which I'm going to share with you all today, although I was exposed to much, much more. Some great, some not so great. So stick around, enjoy my journey through Sayulita. Hey folks, I am in Sayulita, Nayarit, Mexico. I just arrived yesterday, and as you can hear, I am right next to the ocean. It took forever to find this little remote place. The last time I was here, it was during the pandemic, and I had the whole beach to pick and choose from. But yeah, now, not so much. But I wanted to explain some things. I am here for the sole purpose of learning how to surf. My driver on the way from Vallarta gave me a great recommendation. I sent him a message and he says, yes, of course, love to have you. We can shoot video of you. And it sounded like a great deal. By the time I pulled in to Sayulita, another message from him says, amigo, looks like we're all booked, but you can try this other guy. It's been kind of a circus trying to find a quality surfing instructor. I used to windsurf, so that's the natural thing that wants to come out of my mouth. And so 11 o'clock was my appointment. I showed up on time, and my instructor says, you know, Andy, there are no waves. So why don't you come back at 3 o'clock? Dummy me, I should have went back to my hotel room and rested, but no, I had to walk the town. I had to have some tacos, and I didn't have any alcohol. But by the time 3 o'clock came around, I was pooped. I was exhausted. But as soon as I got out on the water, I kept getting back. I kept getting back up and getting back out. So I caught my second win. I'm kind of proud of myself. Yeah. But I'm concerned. A couple months before coming here, I worked my tail off. I was working out, trying to get in the best shape possible, because at 65, you know, I can't take for granted that I'm just going to be able to perform the pop-up that's required of me on my board when I'm out catching a wave. My instructor, I asked him, so what is the oldest person that you've taught surfing? And he gave it a thought. He said, I think about 60, maybe 65. Hello, I'm 65. He says, okay, you're the record. A week ago, I was doing some lunges and, felt something in the old hip and the old bones, and I'm concerned now. So I stopped working out that time, and now, pardon me, now, even though I paid for my lessons, I'll know pretty soon whether I'm going to be able to perform the pop-up technique before surfing. So I'm gonna get some video. Hopefully it's gonna be a thumbs up, but we'll see.
I could not get that lead foot up far enough. It wouldn't go.
Hey folks, present day Andy here, and I wanted to chime in because the videos you saw of me surfing was not all of the videos. The guy that I hired, his name is Andres. He worked for Luna Sul Surf School, which is the school that I use for surfing lessons. Great school, great location. If you're at Sayulita, they're right on the beach. There's probably no better spot or location for a business to be, no matter what your business. So Luna Sul, I highly recommend them. Their photographer, he sent me an email with a link to view all of my surfing experience videos, and I was pretty happy with them. I surfed for an hour, and when I didn't download any of them because I figured they'd all be there. But by the time I got home to download half of them, this whole second half was not there anymore in his link. So I shot him a message, and he couldn't help me. He says, no, that was all. It was not all. The only 2 or 3 times that I actually got up to ride the board are not there. So I was very disappointed, and more disappointed that he was not able to recover those videos. I mean, in his profession, which I consider myself a videographer as well, I save everything. I back up everything sometimes 2 times over. My very first video in 2019, I still have it. So it was just a week before he probably reformatted his camera data card. So I mentioned earlier that the experience was great. There are some great experiences and some not so great. That was one of the not so great. Andres was a nice guy. He seemed very professional. His equipment was professional, but he didn't back up his work. I don't get that. So I'm not saying don't use his service. I'm saying if you are there, if you know him, or if you know the owners of Luna Azul, let him know this happens, because I want his customers to have good experiences going forward. So I have another bad customer service experience for you in this video in a few minutes. So stick around for that one. It's a doozy. So I am one day after my first surfing lesson, which was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed my experience in doing that. But you know, I was a one and done. I even cut my lesson short because I was feeling a problem with my hip that I injured the week prior. I think the medical term for my injury is called future hip replacement. Yeah, I thought I'd play it safe. I did get up and ride the board 2 or 3 times, so I can say that I did that. There's so many elements involved in surfing. I just had to stand up on the board today. The instructor gave me a little push behind the wave. I didn't even have to choose the wave. So that's 50% of the battle that I didn't have to think about. I have a feeling I'll be back. I'll be trying some more. My expectations have been knocked down a notch. I just want to be a half good surfer someday. It's not too much to ask, you know. On my tombstone, I wanted to say, "Here lies Andy. He was a half good surfer." No, brothers and sisters, don't do that. If I go first, do not do that. Manny. Current day Andy again, and I just wanted to report that the hip is fine. I'm back to normal. I'm back to exercising. The doctor said there might have been some inflammation. And yeah, so thinking about this guy now. Maybe I can tackle this to satisfy my surfing needs. I stayed at the Casa de la Ballena, which I splurged a little on this room. It's listed for more than $150 pre-tax. But the room was very spacious. It had an excellent kitchenette and an excellent free breakfast every morning. Martin and his staff are over the top, constantly trying to accommodate you. This hotel is close to everything, and you know how Sayulita can be a rather loud party town? Well, the Casa de la Ballena is up the hill a little bit. It's about a 5-minute walk to the beach, and it is peacefully quiet. There's a great gym on the 3rd floor. It is very secure and very worth the price. The next time I am in Sayulita, if I can afford to, I will definitely stay here at the Casa de la Ballena. Once you arrive at the beach and you're planning on spending some time, the beach area around where the boats are ideal because there are far less people. You still have the same price, 300 pesos, which is about $15 for the entire day. You get the umbrella, and you have available to you restaurants and the public bathroom a few steps away. The other not-so-great experience in Sayulita took place at this outdoor bar. It's very popular. It's called Attico, so I will probably get some flack for this part of the video, but here it goes. Yesterday, I had a bad experience. I was sitting in a bar, go figure, and it was kind of during the shift change, so family left. I had a couple drinks with them. They were nice. And then a couple of young chicas came in. I was thinking about having one more drink, so they're busy wiping down, and I was the only one at the bar, the only customer at the bar. And nobody really said hi or gave me eye contact or anything for about 10 minutes, so I thought, I'm gonna see how long this is gonna go. It took 20 minutes before somebody came up and says, anything else? And I said in Spanish, finalmente. I'm waiting here for 20 minutes and nobody says hi or boo. And I said it with a smile. I wasn't really complaining, I wasn't angry. And the young lady went off. She kind of went off on me. I've got things to do, and can't you see that I was busy? And so I said, calmate, calmate. Mira, you're cleaning this, I appreciate that. But is this gonna pay my bill? You clean this also. Is it gonna give you a tip? No, and she didn't like my humor. So, yeah, they seem to get enough business, so you can go just to see if I was just pushing the envelope a little bit too much, or were they really, really rude. Okay, folks, I'm about to tell you the location of the best churro you can ever have in Mexico. Now, I know, the old saying, the best churro I've ever had was always the last one. But find the bridge, cross the bridge, and in the evenings, on the left side, there's a family that has a little churro cart. 30 pesos. You cannot go wrong with these churros, folks. Now, there's another lady downtown in the main plaza that has a churro cart, but she fills her churros with whatever. It's too fancy for me. I am a no-frill, old-fashioned kind of guy. Just give me this churro, the best I've ever had. I got up on a pretty good wave, probably itty bitty tiny teeny. 3 times, folks. 3 times, baby.